Hi there, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for March. A very inspirational collection of energies helps you to enter this month, but hopefully in very good form. Unfortunately, Mercury is in backward rotation through to the 17th, but that's going to affect all of us. For you, it's around your social situation. Some things may be changed at the last minute. Try to be philosophical if that's the case. But with the Sun forging an awesome link with your ruler Pluto, the first week can see you take some very confident steps. Your willpower, one of your strongest traits anyway, is boosted by this. And if you're wanting to express to people talents or flair, this is your opportunity to shine. And with also Venus in a tight alliance with Neptune, you can bring quite a lot of nuance and subtlety to what you're trying to say to the situation. But Neptune's a funny old planet, because as much as it can help us to bewitch, it can also befuddle us too. And around your love life, I would just be careful, because you could have an amazing connection with someone or could be deeply disappointed. So you probably need to wait until week 2. At the end of week 1, Mercury and also Venus forge a very sweet alliance together, and that could help to open up things, make things seem a little more real and tangible. But there is a quarter moon on the 4th in Sagittarius, which suggests that one of the things you could fall into the trap of is trying too hard to please someone in the following week. And whether it's a loved one, a child, somebody could ask you for some kind of financial assistance, and it's probably best to remind them that you're not their bank manager if they do ask you, because if you indulge them, you're taking away their chance to take personal responsibility for this situation. On the 11th, there is, however, a fabulous new moon, which can really help you to showcase all your talents superbly well in the following 2 weeks. It can also help you to have extra confidence about how you look, and you can feel more attractive and more alluring. However, your other co-ruler, Mars, does move on the 12th into Aries. Now, Aries is also a planet which is ruled by Mars, and so therefore Mars is at home in Aries. But this is a part of your horoscope that's to do with work and obligations. And by the 17th, Mars is combining with Uranus. And through the 17th to the 27th, if you find yourself dissatisfied with your lot, if you feel you're in a situation where there doesn't seem to be a lot of appreciation, not praise, just even recognition that you're there, let alone what you contribute, that can make you feel very restless. You may even have quite a lot of extra nervous energy. So it is going to be important to look after your health during this period. Get a few early nights, especially as Uranus then does start to forge a very tight right angle with Pluto, which is going to last for the next 7 months. Now, this was an angle that did occur last year. It affected all of us in different ways. It's part of the reason that we have so much revolution going on in the world, particularly, of course, in the Middle East. And part of it is because Uranus in Aries is very much an instant need to make a change. It doesn't think about it too much. Because it's a very electric energy anyway, it can create a lot of spontaneous combustion, if you like. But Pluto in Capricorn is very much more to do with power and traditionality, and the two just don't go very well together. So what points to your situation is you need to be careful that you're looking after your nervous system particularly. This may see you consider having a check over at your doctor's, perhaps considering taking some supplements like vitamin Bs, things that soothe your nervous system, doing gentle exercises, and being conscious of what causes stress in your life. On the 20th and also the 22nd, 2 more planets make their way into Aries. But this can be more positive in a way. The Sun here is asking you to come up with imaginative ideas to reform the basic structure of your life, whereas Mars is much more impatient, the Sun is much more strategic. And then Venus, which moves on the 22nd, is much more about how you relate to people. So if there is someone who's a bit of a tough cookie to get on with at work, try a huge dose of charm. At least it probably will help to ease the atmosphere a little bit. And then on the 27th, there is a full moon. This full moon suggests that if you are putting off any ailment or little problem that's been going on for some while, psychological or physical, this is the time to really get to grips with it. And someone could turn out to be a great help if you can let them in, and that means perhaps being a little bit more aware of not being fearful of showing your vulnerabilities, and therefore you will receive some help. Thank you for joining me, good luck, and goodbye for now.